Anyway, all right, let's talk about some players that are going to be moved at the deadline, or we think are going to be moved at the deadline, have a chance to be moved to the deadline. We start with position players. Last week, Ryan O'Hearn was my pick. And I said, hey, listen, don't be worried about the numbers right now. The approach looked pretty good. JB is your pick this week. Are you worried about Ryan O'Hearn or okay with Ryan O'Hearn?
Yeah, I'm okay with him. I think he gets traded. I think if the Houston Astros are not able to land Brandon Lau from Tampa, it sounds like O'Hearn would be an okay fit there, right? They're really looking for a left-handed bat. That's one of Dana Brown's biggest goals right now, and there's just not a lot of them available. And I like the fact that he's got an 825 OPS. He works the count pretty good. He's got some pop. I know he's going through a little bit of a slump. One of the things I learned over the years is that when your name is being dangled out there quite a bit at the trade deadline, I don't think people really understand what it does to the player and the families. I mean, some players it's fine, it's no big deal, but if you're traded, you have to move, right? You have to clean out your apartment or your house. You got to go to the new city. You've got your kids going back to school in August. Is your wife going to go back with them, or is she going to come with you? Are you going to be living out of a hotel? Like, it's out there, and then you don't know where you're going, right? I mean, a lot of us get to choose where we live, right? When you're a baseball player and you don't have 10-5 rights or no trade clause, they're going to determine where you play. They're going to determine the city that you're going to spend at least 81 days a year at. We know we're going to spend 81 on the road. So I just think with O'Hearn, the fact he's got 1 homers and 9 RBI in July and hitting 228, yeah, I think it has a lot to do with the fact that his name is out there. Everyone believes he's going to get traded. It would not bother me if I was to acquire O'Hearn in terms of what I would expect him to be able to contribute offensively. I think it would be a plus. And look, when you look at the Astros, Yordan Alvarez still isn't back. Jeremy Pena is still not back. Isaac Paredes, I don't know when he's coming back, if he's coming back with that hamstring. They need a bat because Texas and Seattle, they're coming for him. And I know that the Astros have that 2 aces at the top and the 2 guys at the back end, those 4 pitchers. But 3, 4, 5, both the Mariners and Rangers are better than Astros, right? And now you got the lineups are now better. They have to go get a bat here. So I think O'Hearn would be a good fit there, Duke.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not worried. I think O'Hearn's just gone through a little bit of a downturn that maybe wasn't all that unexpected. Yeah, he's been pressing a little bit, and really it started, I think, before the All-Star break. But I think getting into a different, a change of scenery. He's been a good on base guy too. He'll show occasional power. He's not a big power guy, but there's positionally, he's going to be a little bit. He's going to be below average wherever you end up playing him, unless you're going to just put him in the DH slot, which I don't think. I think that teams won't do that necessarily. We're not going to just go out and get a DH only type of bat, I don't think. But I think for him, he would definitely be a quality upgrade for somebody. So expect him to go in the next couple of days.